welcome to my channel. Before I get into today's video, I just want to remind everyone that I'm going to be doing a Q&A sometime in the future. So if you're interested in submitting some questions for me to answer, there will be a link in the description that you can go check out. I'm going to be putting on 1,000 layers of eyeshadow. I'm going to be using this palette that I don't use for anything else, I don't care if I waste it. And I'm using this cheap old brush that I have, so it'll be fine. Are you guys ready? Because I'm sure not. I really don't care if these don't go on very nicely. 1.
So throughout this video, I will put on every single layer 1 through 1,000 of my eyeshadow. I'm doing this because I've received a lot of comments on other videos on my TikTok page where people accuse me of actually not putting on 1,000 layers. So I figured this way it's all documented, and if somebody really wanted to go watch it, they could. So feel free to skip around in the video if you don't want to sit here and watch me put on every single layer of eyeshadow. However, if you want to watch me put on every single layer, you are certainly more than welcome to. We are quickly approaching 100 layers of eyeshadow, and let me tell you, I was sick of this already.
Here's what 100 layers looks like. I already feel like there's so much fallout on my face, and eyeshadow keeps falling in my eyes, and I'm kind of getting sick of this already, so I think I'm going to change the color just so I get some motivation to keep going.
I just mentioned how I'm changing the color up. I actually end up changing the color about every 100 layers. I did this so it'd be a little bit easier for me to keep going, just give me some extra motivation so it didn't all feel like it was just blending together. And the palette I'm using, I decided that way the usage would be more spread out throughout the whole palette. So if for some reason I ever wanted to use this palette for another video, I definitely could. So that's why I just keep switching up the colors as I go through. It kind of looks like I'm applying them in one swoop, but I just had to speed this up 6 times so I could get it all on and make it look somewhat decent here. So while I was putting on all of these layers of eyeshadow, I set up my iPad and I watched a couple of YouTube videos to help keep me entertained throughout this process. The entire process took me about an hour and a half to put on 1,000 layers of eyeshadow. Oh, you can see my cat walking around in the background over there. My cats just like to hang out in whatever room I'm at, so I'm sure you're going to see more of them in this video. At one point, they actually end up closing the door behind me, so I promise my apartment's not haunted. My cats just close the door because they like to play and mess around. All right, we are quickly approaching 300 layers here.
Here we are, we're at 300. I would clean up all of this fallout, but at this point, I think it's just making this look even better.
I ended up just leaving the fallout on my face because I decided that I didn't want to have to wipe it off every time I did a bunch of layers, so I just left it. I ended up getting fallout all over everything. It was not only on my face, it was getting on my clothes and my hands, and it was all over my desk. So at the end of this video, I had a huge mess that I had to clean up, and I was not prepared for how difficult it was going to be to get off. Oh, you can see my cats just closed the door right there. That's what I was talking about. So don't worry, it was just a cat. All right, we're nearing 400 layers, which means we're almost to the halfway point. And let me tell you, I was more than ready to be done with it, even though I wasn't even halfway through this challenge. So, as you can see, I ended up getting up there to open up the door, just because it was kind of throwing me off that the door was closed. I also just want to say, if you hear any extra noises during this voiceover, I do have a friend over right now, and she's on live on TikTok in the other room, and she happens to be coughing a lot. I'm trying to not get any of her coughing in this voiceover, but if you hear it, it's just one of my friends hanging out. And here we are, hitting 500 layers of eyeshadow.
Here we are at 500 layers of eyeshadow.
Alright, but as I was saying, I do have a friend over right now, so excuse any noises. I just really wanted to do the voiceover of this so I could get a video posted on YouTube, because I feel like it's been a while since I posted a video. And being that I also recorded 2 TikToks of this, one where I put it on and one where I take it off, I wanted to try to get all 3 videos posted around the same time to not keep anybody waiting, since both my TikTok and YouTube needed a new video. I'm trying to work on getting an upload schedule, but I'm still trying to find a good balance between TikTok, YouTube, my job, and my personal life. So just bear with me while I try to find a good balance, and hopefully I'll have an upload schedule for everybody soon. I also just want to take a minute to give you guys a huge thank you. We have reached over 230,000 followers on my TikTok, and we're at over 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So I want to thank you guys so much for all of your support as I continue to grow on both TikTok and on YouTube. It really means the world to me. As you can see, as I put on this eyeshadow, I seem to be slouching and moving around in my chair a lot. I'm just realizing how much I move as I'm watching this whole video back again. We are approaching 700 layers here, which means I'm over 2/3 of the way done with this challenge.
Okay, but like, look at how much is on my sweater. This is 700.
I'm also really curious of what videos you guys would like to see me posting in the future. Feel free to comment down below and let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Do you want to see more challenges? Do you want to see more vlogs? Do you want to see more makeup videos, videos about my pets, story times? Let me know. I'm kind of stumped on what I want to record next. I have a couple videos in mind, but I want to know what you guys want to see. Oh, you can see my light just turned off there and I had to turn it back on. I think it's set to shut off every 25 minutes or so. I can't change that. It's just a feature that my mirror came with. I have an iHome right now and it's actually broken. So unless the mirror sits in one position, the lights turn off. So I think I need to find myself a new one. Are there any mirrors you guys have tried with lights like this that you recommend? This is the only one I've ever used and it's honestly my favorite. We're nearing 900 layers, and it honestly feels like a relief to be so close to the finish line. I really didn't think I would have stuck with it for this long.
I have so much eyeshadow on my hands, it's not even funny. This is how 900 looks, and I'm so ready to be done with this.
All right, we are moving on to our last 100 layers of eyeshadow here. You know, this is the point where I believe I start to put on black eyeshadow again, and I feel like I end up looking like a raccoon when I'm all done, especially because I've got the eyeshadow on my eyelids, and I've got all the fallout underneath my eyes, and it ended up being a bigger mess than I initially thought it was going to be. And in case you're curious, no, my arm was not hurting after this video, it was my neck. I think it's because I kept leaning forward to look in my mirror, and I just kept bending my neck in all sorts of weird ways, trying to get the eyeshadow on, ones that I normally wouldn't do.
All right, here is what the palette looks like. Here is my desk. It's a mess. But I did it. Here is what 1,000 layers of eyeshadow looks like. Everything in here is covered in eyeshadow. My face, my desk, my hands, my sweater. So cleaning this up is going to be a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me put 1,000 layers of eyeshadow on my face. If you want to see the quicker version of this video, or you want to see me take it all off, you can go check out my TikTok, which is @AliciaHiller, spelled the same way it is on here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your night, or wherever you are. Bye, guys.